what you'd want to see. 3 trips worth of stuff that we've brought down from the cars. Creel, bags of bait, another creel, Gordon's box, my box, rods. I was going to put it down by that ladder. Tie it off on the ladder. What do you reckon? Yeah, and then you can tie it on that post there. Right, so I'm going to send this creel out. I've tied it off on these railings here. I'm making absolutely sure that that rope's there, not round my foot. Otherwise I'll be going in here with it. We've got some mackerel heads and bits and bobs in here. It's a double entry. I'm going to show you more about this creel on another video because this is new to me. It's the first time it's been in. So let's see how we get on. Nice, and there's some slack line. Greetings, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another fishing session. I'm here being a place called Collieston with Gordon. Arrived at 7 o'clock this morning, pitch black, which is what you'd expect in Scotland for winter. And guess who didn't even think about putting a head torch in? Brilliant, great start. But we've got some lights in the car, so we've got sorted. I put a creel out behind me. So I've got that baited up, and that's just going to sit there, bottom of that ladder, as the tide comes in, and you never know, we might get a crab or lobster, anything, be really good. It is a new creel, and I'm going to tell you all about the new creel and do some comparisons with that and the old and why I've changed in another video, in a future video. Also down here, I've got a heavy rod with a big piece of mackerel on it, and that's just to see if there's any conger eels underneath the harbour here, harbour wall. And I've cast out a pulley pennel with some squid on it, and it's just gone in the channel here, and I'm hoping that there'll be something cod, haddock, codling, something out that way. But we'll also put a small flat rig out into the harbour, into the sand here later on. Let me just spin you around so you can see where we are. On this side you can see the rocks. We're more or less at low water, maybe just about half an hour after low water. You can see these rocks across the way here. Now I've read about people fishing off the rocks. It looks absolutely lethal. There's all sorts of slippery stuff on there, and all the rocks shoot straight down into the sea. I think that would be really, really dangerous to fish. I think it'd be a bad idea. I think you're far better off staying on the harbour here. And it is icy. It was very icy when Gordon was here last time, but it's still icy now. We just need a fish now. I'll bring you back in a bit. Fantastic sunrise, but there's a cold wind, cold breeze. It was about 1 degree in the car, and there's ice on the top here, and the wind chill. My hands are freezing here. Gonna have to go get my gloves on. Right, just been back to the car. Put the bottom half of this on because it's pretty cold. Feet are freezing because it's like ice on here, so both of us suffering from a bit of cold feet. Nothing doing. We've had a few little rattles so far, but we'll keep persevering. I think I'm going to fetch my rod in and see if it needs a bait change, because it's been out a fair while. So I'm just fetching this one in. It's been in a nice position at the end of these rocks. I had squid and mackerel on it. It's very slippy underfoot. If I'm walking about in a funny kind of way, it's just because it's so slippy. So all the mackerel's gone. We just got a bit of squid left on there, so definitely need a change in. Just take this opportunity to show you. It's just a pulley pennel, getting it stuck in here. Well, yeah, nothing doing. Just get that rebaited. Right, we're not caught anything yet. Tide's coming in quite quick and filling the harbour quite nicely. I think when my hands warm up, I'll get a flatty rig on, put that out onto the sand in the harbour. I think give that a try. Yeah, Gordon and I having a great old natter here, loving it. It's a nice place. It's just a shame that the sea wall kind of shadows you from the sun. There is a little bit of sun around the corner, and it could do with a bit of the warmth coming through. Get my hands around the coffee. I think I've just poured coffee down the microphone. Nice little fishing boats opposite, just small stuff. It's always good to look at, isn't it? Oh. Got one of the hooks wrapped around the camera there. So I've got this, it's one of the 6 hook rigs for flatties. I'm just going to cast it into the harbour, see how we get on with that. So I've just cast that one out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the rod to that post just so it doesn't go in case anything grabs it. But yeah, 6 bits of mackerel, border terrier. Thought I recognised the bark, we used to have one of those. Dee'd love that, should be all over it. I fixed this one up with the bell because this rod's fishing into the harbour and we're both way down there. Got another rod the other side, there's railings, and then the conger rod's there, creel's down this side. So because everything's quite spread out, put this on here. If we do get a bite, flounder, dab, something like that. I suppose there could be a little collie inside here as well. It's onto sand, it won't be snagged. We're giving it a good try. We've got 3 different rods, 3 different methods. So pulley rig, big bait down there. Conger rod over here, which has got half a mackerel and stuff on it and some squid, I think. We've got the 4th method, which is the creel. See what happens with that. And we've got this, which is small hooks set up like a flatfish rig, 6 of them, baited with a mix of squid and mackerel. So let's see what we get on that. At least we're trying, you know, we're trying. It's an interesting little harbour. Gordon did have some collies here last time, we'll see. We're enjoying it anyway. It's just getting out, isn't it? You know, you could be staring at the walls, but it's much better to be out. Both of us feel great for being out here. It is cold though. I've warmed up a bit now. I've put the long john things on. I'm properly layered up. I've got thermal longs on, my jeans, my long socks. I've got a thermal base layer, a base layer, 2 jumpers, the coat. I've got the flotation bottoms. So when I'm walking about, if I'm walking about like this, it's not because I've got a stiff back or anything. It's just I've got so many clothes on I can't move. But it's the only way. It's the only way in winter up here. Fingers are getting a bit more movement in them. I've got my heat warmers and my gloves up there, so I'll be wearing them. The bell was jingling. We've had a couple of bites. I might be taking it too quick, but we're going to see. We'll wind it in and see. But there's a good chance of a flatty on here, I think. That said, it doesn't feel very heavy. Well, would you believe it? Flounder, tiny flounder. We're off the blank anyway, so that's the first fish on shore. Right, we'll get this one unhooked and get it back. So, as always, gets a kiss, send it back. Off it goes. Right, we'll get rebaited, put it back out. See if we can get 6 at once next. Let's get this one cast back in. It's just a gentle lob into the harbour. So I'll do as I did before, strap the rod to this post just in case. Only a tiny fluke, but really made up with it. You know what I was saying on a video or two ago about when you're cold, you're not as cold when you're catching? I've suddenly warmed up. Look at that blue sky. Yes, those waves just suddenly started coming in. Now, I'm filming this on the handheld camera, so you're going to get a bit of microphone noise. So the conger rod has been in quite a while, ever since we got here. So I dropped it in at about 7:30 this morning. It's now about 12:30. So I'm going to wind it in. I suspect that there's no bait left on it, to be honest with you. Got a bit of bait there. The mackerel's still on, but the squid's disappeared. Most of the squid's disappeared. Looks quite muddy, as if it's been sat in the mud, and we've got a load of weed on the top there. So I'll get that sorted out about half an hour before high water. Harbour's filled up nicely. I wound in the conger rod, as you saw, and the bait was really quite muddy, so I think it's been stuck in the bottom a bit. The water's very coloured indeed. Keeping my eye on this, I've lowered it to try and keep as many baits low in the water as possible rather than having the rod tip high. You're down low on the tripod because unfortunately Gordon's camera on its tripod blew over. I think there might be something going on here. So his camera went down, so the wind just keeps picking up a bit. So the forecast I read said it was going to gust to about 40 mile an hour. There's been some good big waves come in, as you'll see from the film footage. The flounders have been good, but they've not been as big as some of the flounders that are caught here at Forvey. So have a look there if you want to see a different video of flounders, but wait until the end of this video before you go on to that. I am tempted to wind in, see if anything's been sat on these baits. I'm not getting any rattles. It's gone a bit quiet really. But we'll wind this one in, see if there's anything there. Just as I've done on the beach, I think I'll just bring it in a little bit slow, just to see if anything fancies grabbing it on the way in. You never know. Just feel the lead bouncing along the bottom. Nothing else. So we'll freshen the bait up, as I said. Oh, might be a bit of a snag there. So I've lost one bait. The rest don't look as if they've been touched. So we'll get this redone and put back out again. Just going to let it develop, see if there's more than one on there. It's at it again. There's definitely one on. There's still a lot of ice there, isn't there? Yeah. Now last time this was, make sure that's plugged in properly, God's sake, yeah. Now last time this was just a single small fluke or flounder. So we just leave this here for a minute. It's a bit lighter rod this, so it's lighter and short. There you go. Oh, I think I should wind it in. What do you reckon? Do you know, I'm not sure I can feel anything. Oh, it feels a bit heavier. Yeah, I think we might have something. Yeah. Is there anything? Oh, I don't believe it. Well, I've lost 2 bits of bait. I was convinced there was a fish on that. I'm still getting rattles on this, so I think there's something on this time. I think it's stuck on. Let's just bring it in slow. I mean, it could be that the fish are really small and even these number 4 hooks, the small hooks, are too big, you know. And a crab. So we got a flounder and we got an angry crab. Keep my fingers away from that one. Angry crab. Just one claw on that one. So time to get the disgorger out on this one. So yeah, beautiful fish. We'll get the disgorger on it and get it back. Right. I hadn't realised you're still filming. So it's perfectly unhooked, no blood or anything. Still got a mouthful of mackerel. So gonna let it have that. So beautiful. How about that? Let's get it back. Brilliant. 2 fish. 2 fish. Better fish, that one. Larger one. Let's see what else we can get then. So my rig is just these number 4 hooks. Some Gordon gave me, I think they're called WSB brand. Just with a small square of salted mackerel on. Down to the old clock lead. Just hooked myself there. I call these clock leads, watch leads, whatever. So I just cast that back out. There's some big swells coming in, so I just need to go and check the other rod. I think Gordon might be fetching it in for us. Okay, that's that set. Right, let's go and sort the other rod out. So the rod that I did have pointing out in this direction, I've brought in. The bait's not been touched at all, so that's generally the area where I thought we would be catching the fish as the tide came round those rocks there and into the harbour mouth, but it's not to be. So I'm now concentrating really on fishing inside the harbour with the flounder rig. Had those 2 flounder. Better than nothing, better than nothing. I think just lucky. I mean, the colour of the water, it's really stirred up. I don't think the fish can see the bait, so I think they just must sniff it out. Now, you probably gathered Gordon's with me, and we both make videos at the same day. So do pop along onto Gordon's channel. Go and take a look what he's been up to. I'm not going to tell you anything about what he's caught today. You're going to have to go and have a little look yourself. But do support both channels. Go and have a look over there. That's great. I think it's really nice when the 2 of us kind of motivate each other to come out, really. I think at 7 o'clock this morning, it was pitch black when we got here. Could have easily stayed in the car. I think sometimes it really does help to have somebody else that wants to go out fishing, and I want to go out fishing, and then neither of you want to let each other down. So once the commitment's made on Monday and the decision, yeah, we're going to try this if the weather's okay, that's it. It happens regardless, you know, unless the weather turns really bad, of course. I also wanted to say a big thanks to everyone that watches the channel. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for all those lovely comments that you put on the videos. I do enjoy reading them. I do like to respond to everybody and write back to you. So thank you very much for that. So I've had a couple of rattles on this one. But I'm not feeling any fish. Oh, I think I snagged. We have. Oh, it's a snag. It's come off, I think. So yeah, there's a bit of a snag down there. Well, we've got everything back, but no fish. So, I think these are crabs, to be honest, because I'm losing all the bait. So I think the rattles are crab bites. So I just freshening up the baits again, really. It's now getting around to around about 3:30. The sun's starting to go down, you know, about 3:30. 4 o'clock it'd be dark here. So that's the baits freshened up. Still got a good bit of sea coming in. I think we're probably going to have another battery in the camera. It's not looking good. So yeah, I don't know if you can see behind. The sun's going down now. It's about 3:30. It's going a bit chill. I've really enjoyed the day. Had a great time. And we'll have a chat with Gordon in a minute. We've got the creel to lift, so that'll be the next thing to do. I'm dying to lift it. He's telling me to wait, he says, wait until the very last minute. I'm like a kid at Christmas. I can't wait to get that creel up, find out what's in it. The moment I've really been waiting for, and I hope you've been waiting for, is to see if the creel has caught anything. We put it down about 7 o'clock this morning, and it's just about 3:30 now, so it's had a nice long soak. The first time I've ever used this, so I don't know if anything's in it or not. It'd be great if it catches something on its first outing, but you know, that's wishful thinking. So let's start hauling. Can we see anything?
Yeah,
oh, there's a crab.
Look at the size of that thing.
Yeah, there's a couple of grindies.
Grindies, right?
Yeah.
Look at the size of the claws.
Let's have a look at him. You come on off. Look at that one.
Ooh.
These things are always feisty. Well,
You
feisty.
can eat them, and you can.
Oh, I don't think I'll bother with that one. Where's the other one now? Oh, he's here. He's here. He's here. Come here. Come here. Come here, you. Lovely colour. A nice colour.
Now listen, you've got to get out the cast before he goes back, man.
I will. This way. They're lovely, aren't they?
Beautiful.
Hard shell.
Big claws now, huh?
Aren't they just feisty beggars? Right. Well, So it caught something on its first outing, all right? So it wasn't a big parton, it wasn't a big lobster, but it was crabs all the same. So really pleased with that. As I say, I'm going to do another video and explain a bit about this creel, where I got it from, who made it, and compare it with my old creel and why I'm making the change. And in here, we've got all the stinky old fish. So let's put these in here, and you never know, it might be dead baiting and attract a few more fish for the last cast.
Onto my lines.
Onto Gordon's lines. Just get all of this out, otherwise it'll stink in my car on the way home. I bet the commercial creels don't get cleaned as much as this. Right, well, another good day.
It's another good
one.
Right.
I've right enjoyed that.
It's been brilliant.
Really nice, yeah.
There's been a lot of bites.
No,
Yeah.
they don't really commit to that bait, but
No.
we have caught fish, so that's a good thing. So
Yep.
I've had a couple of flounder,
And it's 3 species.
3 species.
3 species.
Yeah, but to find out what the other species are, you'll have to go and see Gordon's channel.
And see my channel now. Up here, look.
That's the one.
Fishing things.
So yeah, we've had a great day. We got here about 7 o'clock, didn't we, in the dark?
Right.
Got ourselves set up, got the creels, both creels went down. Yep, we've had a good time. There's been some big swells coming in at the back.
Big swales at the back end here. Right.
Just kind of settling down a bit now. We're about
We actually hit the shaft where gear, just in case it washed off the...
That's right.
There's a lump
Yeah.
come over the top of the pier.
So this is Collieston. Gordon's fished it once before. This
Right.
is my first time. Caught some fish, had a great day. Not too far from the car, that's just down there. So it's a nice easy mark if anyone's interested in this kind of fishing. It's tight lines from me.
And take care of die and I'll catch you after for me.
Brilliant company, mate.
Great
See you in the
company.
next one. Flounder, tiny flounder. We're off the blank anyway, so that's the first fish on shore. It's perfectly unhooked, no blood or anything. Still got a mouthful of mackerel, so gonna let it have that. So beautiful. How about that? Let's get it back. A nice colour.
But listen, you're going to get a cast of